For millennia, myth and mysticism have provided humans with a language for grappling with the paradoxes of existence. At the heart of one such enduring mystery is the myth of the Harbinger of Unholy Light, a figure that simultaneously illuminates the path to forbidden knowledge and casts a long shadow across the doctrines of the sacred. The very oxymoron of unholy light challenges established dichotomies, inviting us to question what is defined as divine illumination versus that which is branded as transgressive or dangerous. This myth's allure comes from its ability to resonate with our deepest, often contradictory impulses. Whereas light is typically revered as a symbol of purity, hope, and revelation in many religious and spiritual traditions, the label unholy suggests a subversion of this role, a luminous presence that heralds not salvation, but the unveiling of hidden truths, secrets, and taboo wisdom. Such ambiguity has allowed the myth to thrive in both orthodox and heterodox narratives throughout the ages, roots in sacred texts and esoteric traditions across diverse cultures and epochs. Fragments of this myth have filtered into holy texts and oral lore alike. Ancient scriptures sometimes hint at a chimeric messenger, a bringer of unexpected twists in divine order, whether interpreted as a fallen angel in a canonical tradition or reimagined as a cryptic symbol within esoteric manuscripts like apocryphal texts and Gnostic writings. The Harbinger's presence has been used both as a cautionary emblem and as a marker of transformative change. In many of these accounts, details are deliberately obscured, as if the texts themselves are safeguarding a secret, too destabilizing to be presented in its entirety. This selective revelation reinforces the notion that true understanding comes not from simple acceptance of dogma, but from the individual's quest to decode the layered symbolism embedded within the narratives, sigils, and symbols. The language of the forbidden. One of the most captivating aspects of the myth is the role of sigils and symbols, a secret language that seeks to capture the ineffable quality of unholy light across ancient walls, manuscripts, and relics. Enigmatic marks have been discovered that many believe represent the indelible signature of the Harbinger. These sigils are not mere decorative motifs. They are thoughtful constructs through which generations of mystics attempted to record, harness, or even invoke this otherworldly presence. To illustrate, consider several recurring symbols: sigil or symbol, description, and symbolic meaning. The shattered halo, a broken circle from which rays of light burst forth, represents the fracture of traditional divinity and the emergence of a new, unorthodox light. The inverted ember of flame depicted in reverse or set against dark backdrops suggests forbidden enlightenment, a spark that defies expected norms of sanctity. The eclipse mark, a half-shadowed disk, often interlaced with intricate patterns, symbolizes the merging of light and darkness, reflecting the cyclical nature of revelation and concealment. These symbols became a type of visual shorthand, a way for initiates and seekers to connect with a truth that lies beyond conventional representation. They serve as both warning and inspiration, encouraging the reader to delve beyond literal interpretation and into the mosaic of meaning that each mark embodies. Myths, legends, and oral tradition stories of the Harbinger abound in diverse cultures. In some traditions, it is recounted as a spectral figure, a luminous wanderer who appears at the cusp of crisis. In others, the Harbinger is a dualistic figure, capable of both bestowing profound insight and ushering in an era of moral decay. One legend tells of a solitary wanderer who, during moments of great societal transition, would leave behind a distinctive sigil etched in stone. These marks were said to foretell dramatic shifts, moments when the old order was about to be irrevocably transformed by the arrival of unorthodox illumination. Furthermore, poets and philosophers of various periods have woven the Harbinger into allegorical narratives. In these retellings, unholy light becomes a metaphor for dangerous knowledge, one that demands a steep price. The hero's journey, in this context, is as much about risking the comfort of ignorance as it is about venturing toward a radical redefinition of truth. The dual nature of light, beyond sacred and profane at its core. The paradox of unholy light invites us to re-examine the dualities that govern our understanding of existence. Traditionally, light symbolized divine benevolence, while darkness was associated with evil or the unknown. The Harbinger turns this binary on its head by suggesting that even the brightest illumination can have a dark underside. This inversion is not simply a rejection of orthodox wisdom. It is an invitation to recognize that every form of light may harbor complexities, contradictions, and consequences that extend far beyond the illuminated surface. Modern interpretations have taken this idea further. Psychologists and cultural theorists often link the Harbinger to Jung's concept of the shadow, a repository of the qualities we deny in ourselves. In this light, pun intended, the myth is less about external prophecy and more a symbolic mirror reflecting our inner depths, urging us to reconcile dualities within our own consciousness. The enduring legacy and modern resonance, the myth of the Harbinger of Unholy Light, continues to captivate not just scholars and mystics, but also artists, novelists, filmmakers, and thinkers who see in it the eternal conflict between revelation and suppression. In contemporary literature and visual art, the Harbinger is frequently reinterpreted as a symbol of transformative change, a figure who challenges the status quo and beckons the individual to embrace the full spectrum of human experience. In our digital era, where symbols carry global resonance and the power of myth is more evident in viral iconography than ever before, these ancient sigils have found new life. They populate album covers, graphic designs, and virtual spaces, a testament to the enduring allure of a myth that continues to defy simple definition. Conclusion: embracing the complexity of myth, the Harbinger of Unholy Light stands as a potent reminder that truth is often shrouded in paradox. It compels us to question established dichotomies and to seek meaning beyond the surface of sacred texts, while challenging us to decode the cryptic imagery of ages past. Whether viewed as a literal messenger of change, a symbolic manifestation of our inner shadows, or a timeless allegory for the interplay between enlightenment and transgression, this myth remains a vibrant part of our cultural tapestry. In exploring its holy texts, deciphering its sigils, and delving into the stories that have carried its name through generations, we uncover not only the myth itself, but also an invitation, a call to engage with the multidimensional layers of our collective human experience.